Hi, friends. It's me, Miss Schmidt. Whoa. Come back. Oh, and yay, my cat Princess. Here to say hi to you in our online classroom. There's a treat for you, Princess. Thank you for saying hello to everybody. So, and as you notice, I'm wearing cat ears in honor of my cat Princess. So I just wanted to start off by reminding you, Princess, there's more treats right there. That it's real important that we be a bucket filler. So if you remember when we talked about being a bucket filler, that means saying or doing nice things for people to fill their bucket, to make them happy. And the cool thing is, Princess, I know you want to hear all about it, don't you? When you fill somebody's bucket, you also fill your own. So I want you to think of ways that you can be a bucket filler this week. We know some of the things that we've done in class. We're saying kind things to people, helping people when they need it, sharing, even just smiling at somebody and waving hello to them can fill their bucket. It's so easy to do. In fact, I'm hoping to fill your bucket. I've been writing letters to each one of you that I want to mail to you. I'm so excited. So here's my envelope here, getting ready to mail. And inside there's going to be a card to you. And I'm going to include some photographs from school this year so that you can have some pictures to remember our fun school year. So I do need your help with this, though. I need to make sure I have your right address because I'm going to mail this to you, and I want to make sure it gets to your house. So if you've moved, or if you live in an apartment, because I don't have anybody's apartment numbers, if you could have someone in your family email me with that information so I can make sure that your letter gets to you in the mail. And I hope for when you get it that you will enjoy it and that it fills your bucket. Okay, so in honor of Princess, who, by the way, she's kind of sitting over here to the side, so she might wander back over here, or you might see her tail again, don't know. I have a story for you today that has cats as some of the characters. It's called Mrs. McTats and Her House Full of Cats. So it's by Alyssa Satin with illustrations by Joan Rankin. And whenever I hear someone say a house full of something, makes me think they have a lot, a house full. Mrs. McTats and Her House Full of Cats. In a small, cozy cottage lived Mrs. McTats. She lived all alone except for one cat. Yeah, Princess, that's right, one cat. One cat is not very many. It doesn't sound like a house full. And it mentions she lived in a small cottage. So that would be the small, Princess, you gotta move. They can't see. That would be the small house in the picture. Every morning she left as the clock struck 8. To market, I mustn't be late. She browsed through the market and chose a plump fish. For Abner and me, what a sumptuous dish. Okay, so you really got to move now, Princess. There, you're blocking the picture. So sumptuous means delicious. But when she got home, there was a scratch on the door, and in walked 2 cats. Was there room for 2 more? Come in, my sweet dears, said Mrs. McTats. I'm sure I've got room for just 2 more cats. I'll call you Basil, and Curly you'll be. So she had 1 cat, and then 2 more joined them. So if we were to add them together, 1 plus 2, think in your math brain how many that would be. I only had 1 cat, but now I have 3. So when you add the 1 plus 2 all together, it equals 3. The very next morning, Mrs. McTats woke early. She stopped to pet Abner and Basil and Curly. To market, I mustn't be late. This chicken, I think, will surely taste great. But when she got home, there came a scratch on the door, and in walked 3 cats. Was there room for 3 more? Not gonna use my math brain again. She had 3, and then 3 more walked in. So I put all those fingers together. Come in, my sweet dear, said Mrs. McTats. I think I've got room for just 3 more cats. Now give me a moment. What shall your names be? You're Dolly, you're Ernest, and Fuzzy makes 3. Remember, we have to take those 3 and add them to the 3 she already has. So 3 plus 3 equals, let's see what she says. The very next morning, off went Mrs. McTats. What can I buy for my 6 hungry cats? So 3 plus 3 equals 6. I've got it, she said. I'll make a nice stew. So she carried home beef and liver to stew. But back at home there came a scratch at the door, and in walked 4 cats. 4 cats. Was there room for 4 more? Wow. So this is kind of a big math problem here. She has 6. She has 6. And then 4 more join. Come in, my sweet dear, said Mrs. McTats. I know there's a place for just 4 more cats. So the 6 plus the 4, 10's a fine number. 10 cats and me. I'll call you Goldie, and Herman you'll be, and Jezebel and Izzy prance across the floor. And then right behind them followed 5 more. My gosh, Coco and Linus, Millie, Noreen, and you shall be Oscar. There, that makes 15. Whoa, now she does have a house full of cats. 15 cats, wow. The very next day, off went Mrs. McTats. What can I possibly feed 15 cats? She chose fresh tuna. She chose a fine trout. So both of those things are fish. And I know my cat, Princess, and I have another cat, Lilo. They both love tuna. But when she got home, her cats were all out. There she is going into her house, and it's empty. No cats. Ah, she found them outside. She counted her cats from 1 to 15, but somehow 6 more cats had just joined the scene. Come, come, my sweet dear, said Mrs. McTats. I'm sure I have plenty for 21 cats. Whoa. Pip and Quip and Rosebud, Sally and Tozy, Ursula dear, do make yourself cozy. Now she's up to 21 cats. But then came another scratch on the door. Could it be more cats? How many more? In came Violet, in came Winnie, and just behind a kitten she named Zinnie. In came Yodel, the last of the bunch. 25 cats ready for lunch. But something was missing. What could it be? Just what it was, Mrs. McTats could not see. As she stood there puzzling, there was a scratch on the door. And And Mrs. McTats wondered, could there really be more? More than 25? Who was the one who was next to arrive? So I'm going to tell you, readers, there is a twist. It's a surprise. I want you to think, could it be another cat or could it be something else? So here she is at the door, okay, and she says, "Come in, my sweet dear," said Mrs. McTats. "I live in this cottage with 25 cats. But if you don't mind, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to eat and you're welcome to play." So let's see if I turn the page who it is. Now in that small cottage lives Mrs. McTats, all happy and cozy with her 25 cats and one little puppy who's known as Zoom, in a small cozy cottage with plenty of room. Oh, so the last to join wasn't another cat. It was a puppy. Surprise. And just when the clock strikes each morning at 8, Mrs. McTats hurries off. "I mustn't be late. To market, what treats will there be for 26 dears from A to Z?" I hope you enjoyed the story. And Princess and I just want to remind you, remember, be a bucket filler. Okay, until next time, friends. Bye.